Hi, friends. This is your pal Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and I want to talk about Black Mirror, season 7, episode 4, um, Plaything, and it really, it just has set my mind spinning in a lot of ways, and I'm extremely excited. And the reason why is what I do here on my channel is so outrageously unique. They're really I can we can all debate. Oh, do I have the best Dungeons and Dragons channel in the world? That's up for debate, right? Do I have the most videos on Dungeons and Dragons that any one individual on the planet has ever done? No, that's not up for debate. I'm telling you right now, ain't nobody as not a single person in the world who has done more video on Dungeons and Dragons as a topic or discussed it more broadly than me. I'm the number one person in the world. That's not on volume. Ain't nobody matched me. I can tell you that right now. I defy you to send me a link to a single person who's done more video on Dungeons and Dragons than me. Right? Like I'm the number one. Period. And not debatable. Right? All right. But then do I have the and here's the other one. Do I have the most important channel on Dungeons and Dragons? I think I may, right? And what I want to talk about today is when I watched, and actually, there's really no spoilers for season 7, episode 4 in this. But when I watched the show, season 7, Black Mirror, season 7, episode 4, Plaything, I got really excited. And the reason why is Black Mirror is going directly at two themes. What are the themes of what I cover on my channel, right? And the themes are very specific, what I cover on my channel. I cover Dungeons and Dragons from the perspective of narrative and identity. I believe that on February 7th, 1974, Gary Gygax set into place Dungeons and Dragons, and it changed forever how secular humanity would interact with narrative and identity. And that the way narrative and identity function for humans would never be the same after February 7th, 1974. So I think it's a hinge in history, right? And what's really, what I do on this channel is so outrageously unique. I believe that Dungeons and Dragons is not a game, and it changes everything about my channel. My channel should get no views. No one should watch my channel, right? Like nobody. And the reason why my production values are the absolute lowest of anyone on YouTube, right? I'm a 55-year-old man. Nobody listens to 55-year-old men on anything. Nobody listens to American males on anything, right? And if you're a 55-year-old man, nobody listens to us in any reason, right, or way, right? People are like, oh, you should sit down and write all this down and make bullet points, and here's how you should do it, Scott, right? And I ignore all their advice, right? And by every single reason, no one should watch another one of my videos. But that's not the case. My channel is growing, right? Like every metric is up. More views, more subscribers, more everything, right? And the reason why is nothing I say matches what anyone else in the world says. And the reason why is I fundamentally believe that Dungeons and Dragons isn't a game. And that one change, right, gives me advantage and allows me to see, oh my gosh, that's a turkey. Holy crap. That's just a turkey walking in the street. Oh, my goodness. Sorry, everyone. I just saw a gigantic turkey just walking in the street. That is mind-blowing. Apologies. Okay, let me get back to it. I was just saying I have a vantage. I see what others do not. Right? Okay. Woo! Wow. Okay. Too bad it's April and not November, or we would have been eating good. All right. Okay. Let me get focused here. So basically, Black Mirror does the same thing, right? So I look at D&D in a way that no one else does, and that means that the content on my channel is so unique. You can't get it anywhere else, and that's why people keep coming back. Even when they say, Scott, I despise your content, I will never come to your channel again. Come right on back. It happens all the time. If I had a nickel for every time it happened, I could buy a new house. right? Like, I get people who swear off of my channel, come right back into the comments. It's infuriating, actually. So so here's what's really fascinating, right? So you have all this happening, right? And what really blows my mind is when I look at Black Mirror, right? What I see is they get it. They see exactly what I see. They see that the way humanity is interacting with narrative and identity is changing. But what my channel is, and this is the entire point of this video, and I really appreciate your patience getting here, because I know it's another one. I take a ton of time to get to my point. Everyone's like, Scott, you need to get to your point faster, right? Like, and one, I'm very aware of this, and I try to, but I'm just thinking about things differently than anyone else, and so sometimes I have to set it up, and so I really appreciate your patience, okay? So here's where we land, okay? Basically, Black Mirror looks at narrative and identity, and it says the way that humanity is dealing with narrative, that's lore, that's history, that's tales, that's memory, right? That's sensation, that's emotion, that all of that is narrative, okay? And identity, the way we deal with identity is changing. And Black Mirror's response to that is, this is horrific. We're frightened and we're terrified. And quite literally, years ago, Black Mirror became a joke, right? Like, they're like, oh, technology changed. You all need to be afraid, right? And my channel is Black Mirror inversed, right? I'm saying, hey, everybody, pay attention. Not technology, but Gygaxian change. The important change in the world is not technology right now. It's Gygaxian power, right? It is the Gygaxian transformation that you should be paying attention to. And Gygax changed how we humans interact with narrative and identity. But rather than horror, my response is hope. That's the difference. That is the difference. Rather than horror, my response is hope. That is the fundamental difference that we're dealing with. You know, the rest of the world is like, oh my gosh, the way we deal with narrative, the way we deal with identity is changing, and we all need to be terrified. And what I'm saying is the way we're dealing with narrative, the way we're dealing with identity is changing. And that is the reason on the secular side for hope. My channel is an inversion of Black Mirror. We're both seeing the same changes. Our response is inverted. They are focused on horror. They think that all of this is horrible and horrific. I'm saying that it is about hope. It is reasons for us to hope as humanity that we can fix this society through the power of Gygaxian transformation. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic, please consider liking, subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.